So yeah, what we're looking at right here is what I hope to make the next Bullet Boy short. I was really trying to figure out what I wanted the next one to be, and I think we got a good idea here. And I probably should have done more work on it before I hopped onto the stream. But honestly, I say, well, why not just jump into it? Also, it doesn't seem to be working, so hang on a second. Let's make sure it is refreshing, because it doesn't seem like it is. Bear with me one sec. There we go. Okay, I think that that's better. Huh. Alright, well, this is a new app I'm using and everything too. Like, I'm using this software that's going to let me cast to my iPad. So, this is unusual. It might be a little laggy on your guys' end, but we'll see what we got here. We'll just see what we can do. Maybe if I turn down these settings actually just a little bit, maybe it'll work better. Because I'm asking my computer to do a lot. But how are you guys doing? It's been a minute since I've streamed. I just wanted to... I don't know. I was like, I really want to stream because I've been making videos and shorts again. And I felt like now was a good time. I was going to work on some Bullet Boy stuff by the end of the weekend. And yeah, just a lot of trouble here. You guys are the guinea pigs on this. Really just had to get it all figured out. Cool. Okay. I think this is working. Okay. So I'm going to try and have the chat running here so I can see what's going on in the chat. Hopefully we can get a better setup for this in the future, but... Here, you guys want another Discord link here? Okay, here we go. Great. So, assuming that everything's working okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about what we got going on here. So, the first video was actually meant to be the second one, but I kind of wanted to start with an idea that I thought was really funny, just to roll with it. And the second video was probably going to be something that was before that second video. So I thought I'd try and complete like the third in that series. This might be the fourth, actually. It might be a little out of order. I just have different ideas of scenes in my head, and I kind of go for whatever makes sense first. So I'm thinking that right here, he's like sitting on a building, just hanging out. He's like, yeah, I love sitting on buildings, because it's like a thing that heroes do before, like, you know, in comics and stuff and shows, you know, someone calls out for help. I'm thinking about maybe cutting this part. It also does seem like this is lagging again. It doesn't seem like it's streaming right. Unfortunate. Maybe I have to keep this window open when I'm using it. Let's try that. I'm gonna drop out of here again and just see what's going on. This is very frustrating. Sorry, guys. Let's stop mirroring and go forward again. Okay, you guys this should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Cool. I think it's working now. I think I just need to not leave that window. Cool. Well, these are the growing pains, guys. I appreciate you being here. That QR code, I guess, is just to join the stream thing, I guess. But guys, just be cool. Don't do it. Okay. So yeah, so he hears that someone needs help. I'm thinking about cutting this part actually. Not sure. Because I kind of have a process that I did for all the other ones, and I'll get into that in a minute. Also, I want to make a video on this. I want to make a video on making one of these videos. That could maybe be helpful for you guys. Okay. So this robber is in this convenience store, and he's like, you know, put the money in the bag. Things are gonna get real, and then Bullet Boy interrupts him and says, "Ugly." And then you hear, and he's surprised, obviously. And then he goes like, "Who are you?" And then, you know, Bullet Boy hasn't come up with his name yet. He's just a guy right now. And then he starts just like unloading ammo on poor old Bullet Boy. And then I think Josh is gonna decide that the name must be Bullet Boy if he just took a bunch of bullets like that. But I think it's funny. I think he's gonna call himself Bullet Man first. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So anyway, I think I'm just gonna try and figure out what pose I want him to be in. Also, you might notice this is extremely rough. And that's just kind of how these things go. I can show you how the other ones were broken down in the full video where I talk about making one of these. But yeah, so I figured that would be kind of fun to do. Okay. And this is also a reference to some kind of Suicide Squad, you know, but it's Bullet Man, some kind of Bullet Man. Yeah, if you guys are into you know, Discord and stuff, definitely jump into the Discord for the channel. I've just did a bunch of rework on making it like a cool place to hang out. So definitely go jump in there if you want. I'm also not completely used to drawing on live stream again, so you know. So just kind of like really get like a rough gesture in these like these sketches, and then like the final thing has to be like a lot better, which is kind of funny. But you get these like really rough ideas of what you want to do, and then it kind of helps me just figure out what we're gonna do. And you know, for my comic cameraman, there's been a lot of that. I'll make some behind the scenes videos when that comes out too, and you guys will just be able to see the process of it. There's a lot out there about like the process of like thumbnailing comics and stuff like that, but it's the people that are doing that are usually so good. Like they're like so good at doing stuff, it feels like cheating, like how good they are at this. And I'm just a guy figuring this out. I'm figuring all this out, guys, as we all are. So he's like I'm gonna get hit here, and then everything's kind of just bouncing off of him. I think I'm gonna have one more down here. Oh, what am I doing? I want to have this be... I'm gonna turn this off. Okay. And I usually have pretty funny ideas for like the poses that he's gonna be in. I just think that like it kind of enhances the humor if he's posed kind of funny. But I figured it's gonna be pretty funny to see like some of this turn into a real thing live on stream, because like I'm sure like this process is, this is not how everyone should do this. I'm just doing it like this because I'm just, you know, trying to get it done quick, but also you know, make it good. This is not an Avoidja animation. This is still, like, in my mind, this is still, like, Bullet Boy finding his identity as a hero, and I think that leads up to when he meets up with Shaka. Because that's, like, the first villain he fights. The first real villain, right? The first super villain that he kind of faces. So I'm going to move this line down here, and again, this is all just to kind of help me figure out, like, where things are going to go. Sound effects are going to be dropped, all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to do like muzzle. We're going to do like spark, impacts, bullets, hit, ground. Cool. Great, so now I kind of have this like really rough idea of the whole thing. And honestly, I think as much as I love these scenes of this opening bit here, I think I might end up cutting it just because it's a little bit too much drawing for this short. And I think there's already going to be a bunch of drawing. So that's kind of like one of the things I try to keep in mind when I'm doing one of these little shorts, for the couple I've made so far, is keep an idea of how many backgrounds do I need and how many different drawings are there. So it looks like, let's go through real quick since we're on live, and you know this is kind of fun, kind of some of the process here that we're doing live together. This is going to be like our establishing shot. So I think it's okay if we have an entirely new drawing and background for this specific purpose, in particular, because like, you know, we want to set up what's going on. The only thing I don't like about it is that we don't get Bullet Boy on the first frame here. So I don't know. We might just do it. We'll see. Also, I'll check the chat in just a second here. Okay. So yeah, so right, we catch up with Bullet Boy here, and then we are kind of like brought right into the situation with the robber. And we kind of zoom up on the robber's face. We don't exactly see what's happening, but we do hear him kind of show up in the background while he's focused on this guy. And you hear his Bullet Boy in the background. So this is going to be the same. Like, these two will be the same. Pretty much the same frame and same drawing, but I'm just going to change the eyes a little bit. But it kind of still works in the context of our video. And then this is a new frame right here, but this is great because we get to see Bullet Boy in his full form. That's a unique background too. There is no background for these two. No background, right? Maybe not a background for this one. I might just do like an effect that kind of like shows how awesome, or not how awesome, but how action-packed this is. We'll see. This might be a zoomed in version of this background, just so we can kind of save some time there. And whatever this background is going to be this background. All right, so that is probably enough of the chicken nuggets, actually. I appreciate that, though. Okay, cool. Great. So anyway, oh, did I mess up my stream thing again? Because I went to the wrong window. Bert. Okay. Is it working? Yeah, it's still working. Cool. Okay. All right, let's just take it from the top here, I guess. So, what I was kind of figuring out is we're gonna have, at least if we ignore this stuff, which I think we might, we'll see how quickly we get the other stuff done. It's like 1, 2, 3 backgrounds, I think. 3 main backgrounds. So let's just keep that in mind. 3 BGs. And then we'll do, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawings mainly. 6 main frame drawings. And that's not bad. Just gives me a better idea of how we're gonna break this down. All right. Cool. So let's I'm gonna just throw all these together with the frames. No, we're not gonna do that one right now. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna separate all of these frames so I can zoom up on them. Oops. And use them as the base for starting the next thing. And I'll get to the chat in a second, guys. Thanks for your patience. I'm just, you know, want to talk through what I'm doing, and I want to think about what I'm saying. So, but I hope you guys are doing well this weekend. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I've been enjoying playing Spider-Man 2. I really haven't played that much of the game, even though I absolutely love it, just because I've been so busy with stuff like this. I love working on this stuff, and honestly, like I love working on it so much that I end up like putting other things on the back burner. That would be fun to do, you know. So I don't know. That's the same thing with like shows and everything. Cool. So I'm gonna zoom each one of these up so we have an idea of kind of where these should go. I might even punch in a little bit more there. Yeah, let's really zoom in. That way we have less to draw, I guess. We want to make this guy the focus. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to turn on what Procreate has as animation assist, right? And these are each going to be their own frame, which is kind of cool. Fit to canvas, scale it up. I'm going to put these in the same frame. Alright, this one's gonna blow up too. Oops. And I don't know if this is gonna be like the final pose for this. I think I'm just gonna end up changing it, but that's fine. And you'll see what I'm doing here in a second. I'll make sure it's absolutely clear, because it's definitely something we want to show off for you guys. I think that the potential for humor in these little shorts are actually pretty funny. It does, I think, match up with the character pretty well, though. So that makes me pretty happy, actually. Okay, where is this one at? Oh, I already lowered the opacity on it, so let's just hang out for a sec. And what else? Why is it doing that? Oh, let's turn off the onion scans. Cool. reorder these a little bit so that they're playing in the right order. You can't see the bottom of the screen probably, but there's like a timeline window down here. I think that could have been confusing, but okay, cool. That one's okay. So now we're able to kind of switch through these backgrounds or through these frames. And actually, I am gonna put the other reaction one on the frame here, just so I can kind of show you how it's gonna play out. Yeah, so now you can kind of see how the reaction's gonna work. Cool, and it looks like it'll be an overall pretty doable short. Cool. I'm gonna answer chat stuff really quick, because you guys have been really cool and hanging out in here. Thanks so much for coming in here. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. I'm trying to get an idea for what the main questions are here. Is Bullet Boy's afraid of bullets? I think that he would be afraid of bullets before he knew he was bulletproof. I think this is kind of part of like finding his powers. Like, what has he really got? What's he working with? You know what I mean? I don't know if in the reboot he would immediately know everything, or at least he would not have experienced it until he did for the first time. You know, so that'd be kind of fun to do that in these little shorts. Going to the comic book store later, looking for some Spider-Man and other Marvel characters. Very cool. I've not been reading the recent Spider-Man stuff. I've heard good and bad things, so have fun with it, whatever you end up doing. I like to go back and read the old stuff. Okay. Are Bullet Boy and Cameraman in the same universe? Yeah. No. I don't know. I haven't thought about that too much right now. They're kind of like separate to me right now. They are two separate characters in two separate universes, but like I do think it would be fun to kind of have to play around with that a little bit, but we'll wait to see what's going on. Let's see. A Spider-Man stream is dope. Yeah, that'd be so fun, but I don't have the setup for that. and this channel is really about animation and everything, so I don't know if I would do it you know, that way. Let's see. Okay. Where can you post Bullet Boy and Cameraman fan art? In the Discord. So if you wanna, I'm gonna post the Discord here again. Obviously, if you don't feel like joining, do not join. But this is a good place for everyone that is, you know, for people that are subscribers to the channel to hang out here. Also, thanks so much, Flash Streak Entertainment, for the super sub. Sorry, not the super sub, but the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. Thank you very much for the $1. Cool. All right, why don't we get started here? Please, Xander, I must know, what is the top speed for Bullet Boy and Avoidja? It's gonna be kind of boring, but I think the top thing is gonna be like, it's gonna be, the top speed is gonna be whatever it needs to be for the story, but it's really fast. I mean, you saw how fast he was going in that first short. Dude is like super fast. So I think it's interesting that we're gonna have to see like how Avoidja like can match that. But again, it's comics, a little bit of camp, it's fun. But also, how many of you guys are in the Discord? Are you guys enjoying it? I'm having fun talking to you guys in there. It's a pretty good place to be. All right. I think I'm going to start drawing a little bit. But first, let me check the sound on here. I'm gonna like pull up my YouTube video just to see how it is really quick. Oh yeah, I want to turn the music up a little bit. I feel like you can barely hear it. You can hear my room a lot though. That's crazy. I'm gonna crank that up just a little bit. Oh, would you allow people to create bullet sonas? Yeah, sure. Just tag me and you know, credit my stuff in there and tell them it's a Bullet Boy guy and who made it. Then yeah, that'd be so fun. That would be pretty cool. Okay. I think we're just gonna take a stab at this, guys. Again, I don't really draw live usually, so this is like I'm gonna open the window. Give me 1 sec. I'm turning down the music, don't worry about it. Please read this. When you make an animated series, please adapt your comics. Like, I'm assuming your JJK means Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm assuming. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna try and adapt my comics like I... The thing is, there's not many comics. I have the first one, and I think the first one really needs a little bit of a facelift. But yeah, like, I'm gonna keep the story like as close to what I imagined as a kid as possible. I think that that's part of where the charm is here. So we'll see how that goes. What city does Bullet Boy live in? Honestly, I haven't really thought about it too much. I think that I did try and answer the question for myself a while ago. A bigger city. I mean, it'd be easy to say New York, but that's where like everybody is. Does Chicago make sense? Does Chicago make any sense? It's a bigger city, the Windy City, if you will. I don't know. That might work for me. I don't know if that's what it should be, though. We'll see. That's not confirmed, but that's kind of what I was thinking. Chicago. Who goes to Chicago? Okay. Hopefully I can, like, actually do some decent work on this stream, because then I won't have to, like, delete anything or redraw it later, because I just wasn't able to get what I was looking for on stream. The first thing is going to be to draw this like nice store owner guy. That's a good question. I actually have changed my setup quite a bit. Actually, like twice since that video came out. I would show it on stream, but maybe in the future. It's like not like I have my comics and everything like all over the place, and I also just got finished packing up a couple orders for Etsy. So not exactly the cleanest right now, but I really do love this new setup. I have the window. I'm like facing a window, so I got the nice sunlight coming in. Got the windows there. I have like this little chill area for like if I want to sit in a comfier spot, I can do that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. the goal with these kind of videos, these like short videos, would be to eventually do more stories, like have like Whipstar come in and do, you know, kind of the whole idea that I initially had as a kid, which was to have all these different superheroes and these like little stories come together. I know, super original, I know, but no, do it like in the short form, you know, do it in like this form of the shorts, because I think that it'd be really fun to, I think it's more manageable, you know, doing full animated content, especially when it's not like my own stuff, when it is my own stuff, I think it's a lot more manageable for me. That's kind of, you know, for those of you who were like, you know, followed for Ben One Last Time, and the why I haven't done it is, you know, I eventually needed to move on to some original projects because it was just going to be a real problem for me if I really based everything that I had been working on projects I didn't even own. I don't even own Ben 10, right? So if someone said, hey, you need to on Cartoon Network, I'm going to shut you down, I would have nothing to my name, guys. So I have to, like, this was already my goal at some point. I think this was just like, I think when I did the first 2 episodes of Ben One Last Time, I was like, I can do this. I really can do this. And I started my endeavor to work on the Cameraman comic, and yeah, I think I feel really good about it. So I'm super excited to show you guys when the time comes. Am I going to make a Stan Lee styled reference to myself in a few of the panels? You know, that's pretty funny. I don't think I would, because, you know, as a kid, I think I wished that I was Bullet Boy. I think that Bullet Boy was who I wished I was as a kid. So I think, or who I'd grow up to be, right? So I think, you know, not a superhero kid, but I thought that Josh was kind of cool. So I'm gonna be honest. I think that if I was a self insert, or if I was to appear, it would be like an alternate version of Josh, or like Josh and I are similar. We're not the same, obviously, but anyway. Oh, the Ink Tank. Thank you so much. You're doing good with your own content. Loving everything you're posting so far. Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Guys, go check out the Ink Tank's motion comics. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen it, but it is top-notch. Voice acting, art, incredible. Love it. Doing great stuff over there. I mean, this guy looks sad. This guy looks very bummed to be attacked by a guy. So I think I've done my job there. Now we're gonna figure out what this robber looks like. Usually I would go ahead and do some concept art for this guy, but honestly, I'm getting the feeling I should probably just go for it and just see what happens. I think I'm gonna just go for it and just draw him as he is, and then we'll move forward with it as we go. Okay. All right. Enough talking. I am gonna have to rough this out first, though. I'm gonna just have to like figure out how this all works. We'll want to have him kind of have a bigger jaw here. I do kind of like the idea that it's like kind of like loose on his head, though. So I think we're gonna do that. I do like seeing eyebrows through the thing, so I think we're gonna do that too. Yeah, there's a lot of story that I've written for Bullet Boy stuff that I'm really like stoked to eventually put into either comic form or animation form. Let's just hope that we get there, man. I got a lot of stuff that I want to do with these characters. Yeah, that looks like a good like robber kind of thing. And then we're gonna kind of give him his How scripted are these shorts you make? Do you plan everything out or let the scene develop as you draw it? So at the beginning of the stream, I was kind of showing how I broke this down. I have a pretty decent flow right now, but this is kind of what it looks like. I kind of give myself an idea of how long it's going to be, and earlier in the process, I like decide how many backgrounds am I going to have and how many different drawings am I going to need. Because that'll help me decide, like, am I putting too much time into this one short? Because I kind of need to keep them rolling. So I'll kind of rework the idea until I feel like it's well paced. I know I've only done 2 of them, but like, gosh, it's so easy to let yourself just kind of keep rolling with the ideas. So like for this one, for example, I think we decided that I'm going to need like 7 or 8 drawings for this. And then like 3, maybe 4 tops backgrounds. So that kind of helps me decide, okay, I think I've been able to cap this short to a shorter idea, and I'm still able to get the point across. And this actually might be a 2-parter, right? So sorry, no, I wasn't saying like you should have been here earlier. I was just saying like I did explain it earlier because I was I didn't know if anyone noticed what I was doing, so I'm just hanging out with it. But yeah, no, it is really interesting. I want to break it down in a full video because there's also like a kind of a pacing thing I'm keeping in mind too, right? So I'm having fun with it. I'm just having fun with it right now, but I would love to do more of them. But that's a great question. Thanks for asking, dude. Really appreciate it. I was gonna try and have a full video out this week too, just like a full length video, but just didn't get to it. Had a lot of other stuff I was doing at home, cleaning the house, doing real life things. It's tough to get some stuff in after work sometimes. But this coming week, I go back to working on Cameraman. Cameraman's my next this week. I kind of alternate. I go from animating or drawing some bullet boy content for YouTube, or I do Cameraman because I have a self-set deadline for that. But I will say, like, this next video was gonna be drawing or redesigning my old superhero team. But the problem with that is, and this is just a little behind the scenes, guys, they're all ripoffs of other characters. So it's like, how do I make it something different, right? Whipstar is not really an intentional ripoff of anyone, but like Hero X, just, you know, one of the guys you can see in the background of the Whipstar, or no, I think it's of the Red Cardinal one, right? Red Cardinal's not a ripoff either, but there's a couple other ones that are like, gosh, in order to make this team, there really needs to be some new guys in here, right? Just some new energy. So some of it, I'm gonna have to do some original characters for this, honestly. And that's part of the challenge, right? With when you hit a wall with the redesign stuff. But we'll get there. We'll figure it out. I'm trying to decide if I want to show that he's got a gun here, or do I think it's kind of important, but it's also not as important as knowing he's just got a problem with this guy. I'm also not trying to make it too violent. Just trying to make it like, the guy's called Bullet Boy, so I just thought, you know, you're gonna get that eventually. Okay. Actually, you know what? This needs to change. See, look, guys, this is why we do this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these arms. I worked so hard on positioning. And I'm going to have him pointing the gun down into the bag that he wants to have filled up. That's what we'll do. Yeah, that's good. Oh no, I gotta think about how this hand works. Oh gosh. I think we're gonna do it like that, right? Cool. We'll just work with this, and we're gonna make it look like a tech gun, right? I notice a lot of shows do that when they're trying not to be too violent. I'm gonna be just as guilty. I don't want to have a bunch of guns in my stuff, guys. I really don't. It's just we live in a tough world anyway. I'm not trying to do that. This is fun time city here, guys. We're just having a good time. No crazy stuff going on here. Just good vibes and superheroes. Why was Aqua Ray banished by his people? It says in the short, actually, why he was banned by his people. He rejected the war-based traditions of his land, his underwater land. How do I want to do this? Jeez, guys, this is tough. My favorite design for Bullet Boy is definitely the one I'm using right now. I feel like it's the most like not immediately like a different superhero that you've already seen before. But I do like the original a lot. I do like the one I made in that video a lot too, like the redesign. But it was just I think my problem with it is it was too complex, right? If I was gonna try and draw that like a million times for like an animation, jeez, can you imagine? I'd be here for a while. I would be here for a while. And but I do think the best things that came out of that design were just the way I colored it, the highlights and stuff on the mask, all that stuff. Okay, I think we got a good idea running here. I think this works better, I think, than just him pointing the gun, right? This shows that he wants the bag filled. He wants the money. I'm gonna angle this down again. Jeez, this is so fun, right? Cool. Right. The whole vibe with these videos is I really want to make sure they have like an animated series feel to it. Like you really feel like you're getting into something. You're getting into the good stuff of the story, but like it's just a little bits that kind of leaves you wanting a little bit more, and I intend to give you a little bit more. Does Bullet Boy have a love interest? And if not, have you thought about making a love interest for him? Yes, so he does actually have a love interest in the old comics, kind of near the end of when I stopped working on the character so much, but I would definitely go back and kind of redesign her and re-implement her to the story. She was very much like Black Cat, you know, that kind of same dynamic. So again, with like returning to some of these old characters, like it's fun to remember like what they were supposed to kind of be and like who they were supposed to kind of emulate. But then like you're where you're at now, where like everyone's so aware of these kinds of things. Like again, I never thought these characters were going to see the light of day, right? I wish that people would have seen them, but I didn't have a YouTube channel back when I was making this stuff. I never thought that it would get to this point, right? I never thought that anyone else would care about it, which is so crazy, right? Like here we are making some Bullet Boy videos. That being said, I think that I want to really, I think I'm actually gonna have to focus on this guy more and then back this other guy up. I'm gonna have to like revisit some of the characters when I want to redesign them. Yeah, this feels better. I think I'm gonna move him out of the way a little bit, and I'm gonna probably move his hand down. What does Avoid's face look like? His face actually appears in that one frame of that the one frame of the comic, the old comic that I show off in the video itself. So if you watch the video, you can go back and see like what that was supposed to be. What's her name? Her name was Diamond Tip, which, you know, that could be better, I think, but we'll see what ends up happening. You don't think about the internet just like ripping your stuff to shreds, you know, but no, it can't be Whipstar. Whipstar's his Whipstar's his sister, and I have a whole thing to explain of like why that dynamic works, and I think it's gonna be really funny in the context of these type videos. So so stay tuned for those, because I have a lot of really funny ideas and instances, and actually like kind of deeper story that kind of like shows the dynamic as heroes and as siblings, because like they just don't get along in either way, and they really haven't had an upbringing that brought them together at all. So like they're really just not working together in a lot of ways. And so I'm really excited to like eventually get to the point where like those are the stories I'm ready to tell, you know, in these kind of shorts. But we'll see. And they might end up being full videos, right? Like I would love to do that. If they're doing well and the channel's doing well enough, I'd love to like bring on some background people to help me get it all done. But, you know, we'll see what ends up happening. We will see what ends up happening. Diamond Tip. No, just Diamond Tip with a P. But yeah, if you guys, you know, want to tell the YouTube algorithm that these are videos you like to see and that like I should make more of them, definitely like go watch them like a few times. I know it sounds crazy, but like getting like high retention and like rewatchable, making rewatchable videos is really like what YouTube likes, right? So definitely do that. I do that for any creator you really like, but you know, obviously if you want to see more of this stuff, it's really hard to get it out there. And there's some crazy stuff on the internet that gets lots of views, guys. There's some crazy stuff on the internet that gets lots of views, including my stuff, including my stuff too. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's nuts. It'd be awesome to support each other, and for the audiences to be informed on how to do that. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's best if it just occurs naturally and you want to rewatch the stuff. But yeah, if you're like how do we help this out? How do we make more of this? That would be how I would do it. This guy does not look angry enough. He needs to be more angry. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. That's an angry guy. Have I thought of an origin story for Red Cardinal, or for Crimson Cardinal? You know, I have, but I haven't really landed on anything yet. I almost like the fact that he's like so mysterious, no one really knows. But you guys have given me like a lot of really cool ideas for stuff. It tells me where people like the short I made where I'm like, hey, you know, if you have an idea for this, like let me know. And boy, did you guys deliver. I still get them like every day, just people dropping their ideas for the character in there. Okay. I did have a really funny idea for a short that I didn't get to do yet. I recorded it and everything. I just don't know if it's gonna work. Like, I just don't know if it would work. I have to, like, that's the thing with, like, I have had a few ideas that just haven't panned out, right? There's like a joke there, but I'm trying to figure out how to tell it, and also it wasn't that important to the story, right? So that's probably why I didn't end up doing it. But I just think the idea of Josh messing with the villains is like such a funny thing to have happen, because so many villains in comics are like very serious, right? But yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay, so I'm gonna put a cash register here. It's gonna be so, like, here's the thing, is like the things in the video that you'll be able to see are like, this is gonna be blocked. This is probably gonna be blocked, right? This is where the likes and that stuff is. It's all right here, right? All the comments and titles and everything. So I can't really put stuff there. And my other files for the videos, you can see I have stuff there that helps me see where that stuff is, like little guides. But I think I need to put this guy even further back. I think I want him back here, so we can really see that bag. I might have to redraw this guy though. Yeah, I'm gonna redraw this guy real quick. Give me a sec. It's a little bit easier now because I know where everything's supposed to go. But, you know, notice how, like, the line weight got so big when I did it. I don't want him to be that distracting when he comes in. Now, actually, I do have a question for you guys. This is kind of serious, so, like, you know, bear with me. But why do you guys like Bullet Boy? This is, like, crazy, right? This is, like, a crazy question to ask, because, like, maybe he's like, everyone's gonna be like, dude, stop, like, no one likes Bullet Boy. But I do just want to know. I'm like, you know, he's done a lot better than I thought he would do. Is it because he reminds you guys of another hero, or you just kind of like the videos that I'm making for him? Like, I'm just curious. I'm really curious to hear from you guys why you think you like him. Actually, I'm going to just have his hands down. That way, they're just out of the way, and we can draw the cash register, because I just want to make sure that people know where we're at. I'm actually going to put his hand down on the cash register. There we go. Wherever I think it's going to be. Rip this guy's hairline, man. Rip. Okay. So we kind of got this guy fixed. We got this guy roughed in there. Cool. And I think his head's a little too big. Ugh. Oh no. I do like doing the shorts that just have Bullet Boy in them because I'm used to drawing him a lot. So, you know, I think in the future I'd like to do concept art for some of this stuff because it's a little bit more curated and the world feels more, I don't know, immersive. But, you know, we're still kind of just testing this whole thing out, right? Just to see if people are really digging this, this format for these videos and if this is something I should spend more time on, right? Okay, let's see what you guys said. Bullet Boy is a relatable character like Spider-Man. Would totally agree with that. He's very Spider-Man-esque in that way. I like Bullet Boy because of how he really inspired me to make my own comic and heroes. Not him particularly, but you did. Also, the universe is fun and interesting. Yeah, thanks. I think that there are some interesting things that. While a lot of it was based around stuff I was just a fan of as a kid, there are a couple nuggets of things in there. I'm like, okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. That was interesting. That was fun. Good job, little Xander. You know, it could have been crazier, but it is what it is. I like Bullet Boy inspires me to make my own comics. Yes, make your own comics. Go for it. Let's see. I don't like Bullet Boy. I don't hate him. I just respect it. All right, that's real. I appreciate you, Jonathan. I personally like him because he's a superhero that's new and actually feels like a superhero. Yeah, sweet. Well, nice to see a new kind of hero, honestly. Very down to earth. Yeah, I think that, I like to imagine that, Bullet Boy is like one of the first superheroes making this kind of content on YouTube Shorts. So, like, I don't know. People are interacting with this hero in a different way. People are used to doing it through, you know, comics or TV shows or whatever, and so this is like a very interesting format for the hero to be on. I don't know, I think it's pretty funny. Okay. Robbie's music. Wow, I can't believe I couldn't read that out loud. Robbie's music says, I believe that you made people go back to their roots and think about their characters. Seeing you being able to revive yours made them fall in love with the whole thing. Yeah, I think that's probably really accurate. Just people are like, oh yeah, I had that superhero as a kid. I never thought about him actually being like a decent thing because I'm older now and I can think about this stuff in a more critical way or can have more fun with it. Yeah, I definitely think you're right about that. So anyway, thanks for answering that, guys. I wasn't trying to be like, just tell me how awesome Bullet Boy is. I was just really trying to gauge from you guys directly, like what you guys thought. So, but it does help to hear that you guys like the character and stuff. Okay. I think I'm going to keep this pretty simple. I know I said I'm going to draw a cash register, but let's just see if I can make this pretty simple. The counter can be like that. Let's do like, let's infer that there's like a cash register right here. And we're just going to do that. Boop, boop, little lock on it. Get some numbers and digits, you know, get some keypad things, and then we'll have that. Bro, does this robber even use PayPal? Do they even use Cash App? Let's see. What am I drawing? I'm drawing the next Bullet Boy short, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like I'm drawing some random dudes. But I'm drawing the next Bullet Boy short, I promise. Unless this just ends up not being a good idea in the edit, but I have a feeling it'll be pretty funny. Even the last one, I was like, is this gonna work? Like, are people gonna get the joke? But they did. You guys did. So I was really happy with that. Can Bullet Boy become multiversal level? I'm gonna say no right now. I mean, like, it's possible that maybe he could like interact with another version of himself or something like that, but I'm gonna really refrain from doing that, because I think some of the part of the appeal, part of what I really like about this universe is it is not that complicated, and I feel like people would just tell me I was copying the Flash. Like, I really don't know anything about the Flash. I actually haven't watched the show, or I don't really read the comics. I don't know much about the character, honestly. People would just love being like telling people you're copying people, so I'm just like, I'm not even gonna touch multiverse stuff, especially if I'm trying to move away from the Spider-Man stuff. I'm trying to move away from the Flash. I'm just gonna stick to my corner of the universe here. But you know, who knows? Maybe if it got to be a point where it was like there's so many versions of Bullet Boy and it's right for the story, then sure, why not? But never say never. But I just don't think I don't think it helps the story right now to be multiversal. It'd be cool though. It would be cool. Yeah, did you think of a villain who can defeat Josh and is basically a stronger version of him, kind of like Bane? Yeah, definitely. I did. He'd probably be a redesigned character in the next video. I'm actually gonna get rid of this counter, and I am going to merge these two layers. Or is that smart? Is that dumb? Maybe I shouldn't do that, but we'll see. Let's just do it. Try to keep it very simple, you know. Yeah, I think this will help us keep it simple. Okay. But as I was saying, that villain, his name's Crush. And yeah, he was like a black and red version of Bullet Boy, but he like had a little bit of venom going on, you know? Look at you guys. You guys are getting all the spoilers right now. But we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what I end up doing with that character. I'm not sure. I do like the idea of there being a physically strong character to take on Bullet Boy, but I don't think that his power was speed, right? So you have to figure out how to work around the speed thing, because there's a lot of crazy stuff you can do with speed. So you just want to make him have a good time fighting somebody without making it too crazy. That's why I thought Tenebri was such a good idea. In terms of like facing him, he's like not even gonna try and fight him like physically, because like, okay, you're strong, but you can't catch up with him. So how in the world are you gonna beat him? And I think Tenebri has a few ideas of how to do that. He doesn't have to physically destroy him if he can mentally destroy him, if that makes any sense. So, and I got a few ideas for how that will go, but you guys ever get that whole thing where you're like, I have got to write this story down. I got this like idea and I can't get it out of my head, and so I have to write it down. Yeah, that'll be me at like 1 in the morning. I'm like, oh, I have to write this down, otherwise I'm gonna forget it. I did that for one of these for like the Tenebri arc. I was like thinking about how that whole thing would go down. Okay, so I think we've got this here now. I'm gonna go ahead and select. Oops. Crud. Let me just go ahead and just boop. Okay. Yeah, so now I select this guy, and I hit him with the invert, and I do this. So what I end up kind of doing is I go through every frame and do the lines, and I'll go back and color it. I just feel like that makes it a little bit easier to do everything in a timely manner. So I'm gonna make him darker just so you can see what I'm thinking here. And maybe it'll make a little bit more sense as to what's going on. So so check this out. Now I can move him behind, and I can have like this move a little bit, or he can walk up. He can like walk up to the counter if he wants to. He's like, hey bro, hey, throw this in here, you know, brr. So that's kind of the idea right now. So you can do that. But like, hey, that didn't turn out too bad. I kind of like this. Not bad. I am a-okay with this. Only thing I forgot to do was give him these little marks. These little doot doot. Kind of like Bullet Boy's got. Alright, let's give him some bags under his eyes. This man does not sleep. This man is thinking about crime all year long. Does he have any ears? Dude, let's give this guy some ears, man. Give him a little bump right there. Okay. Yeah, cool. Also, Aaron, thank you for grabbing the spammers, dude. That's very annoying. Please do not spam. I might have to just block you from the channel if that's what's happening. Sorry, it's just not cool to do. Okay, what else we got going on in the chat here? Okay, cool. I can see someone who's either like War Machine or very hard. Yeah, that's a really good point. I think that's probably what he'll end up being, is just someone that can just is just indestructible in a lot of ways, right? Because it's like no matter how fast you go, you can't take him out. So okay. Let's see, do you have a villain with gravity powers or a hero with invulnerability? Not exactly, not specifically. Yeah, imagine Josh rams into someone and his entire suit breaks apart. Yeah, right. Like, also like his suit is just kind of like a digital thing, right? So it's kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna probably need to go switching back and forth for this, but the goal here now is gonna be to draw this mask. Oops. Sorry if you guys can hear the window open outside. So let's just see how the size of this looks. Okay, it's kind of like these. Gonna make this bigger. And actually, I'm gonna make this a little smaller so that when I need to scale up or zoom out for the actual edit, I can do that. Xander, can you please draw a panel of Josh and a Voyager running through time at super speed, just fighting and crashing into things? That'd be sick. That'd be so cool. I should do more drawings of just things that I think are going to happen in the universe, because I think that would be a really cool way to paint the picture of where we're going to go in the future. This guy's got really like angry eyes, so he's gonna have like smaller eyeballs. They do that in anime a lot. Like if there's a character that's like really mad, they'll make his like pupils really small. Oops. Can I just draw tonight, guys? Like, what's going on? Gotta keep redrawing everything, dude. This is crazy. You know what? Should I get this guy split in his eye and his eyebrow? Just so we're like, yeah, he's extra cool. Yeah, let's do that. Yo, are we cooking right now? Are we cooking right now, guys? What's going on? Let's do this. Okay. Nope, that was too big. Okay, boop, boop. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Wow, he's so angry and so bad. Also, I need to make his eye pupil smaller now. Ugh, this is why you do concept art, guys. Sorry. Yeah, look at this. He looks so mad now. He doesn't look like a good guy. He looks very angry. Yeah, look at that. He's like... Cool. Let's see. Have you ever looked through a sketchbook frantically and tried to find an original character? Not frantically, but I have looked through my my sketchbooks and been like, oh, is there something here that I can pull in? Otherwise, no. Yo, did we just... Oh, I was gonna say, did we crush that? But I'm like, nah, we didn't. Okay. No, honestly, like, this is a whole different experience drawing something live, like it really is. But honestly, I signed up for it. I signed up for this experience. If I have to redraw something because it's not right, you know, I'll do it later. I will do it later. Let's see. Oh, Katai, what did you say? I think I might have missed what you said. I'm just like looking up and seeing what I see. Why don't you just copy and paste the eye and draw the... Yeah, it's just... I don't like to do that because usually it looks like you can tell. You can usually tell it's copy and pasted, if that makes any sense. I try to refrain from doing that as much as possible. Just the perspective just doesn't look right 100%. Okay. I'm thinking that I'm also gonna, like, in the future, when I end up redrawing the Bullet Boy comic eventually, I think that I might try and do it live like this. Look at this guy, dude. He's so mad. He's so mad right now. Let's give him a nose right here. Actually, okay, so I'm gonna go in a separate layer because, guys, check this out. This is gonna save us some time in the future. Katai, I just didn't see what you were saying. Sorry, dude. If you want to say it again, that's totally cool, but I missed it. Sorry. Okay. It's not intentional, guys. If I'm missing your stuff in the chat, please do not be personally offended. I am not reading. I'm trying to draw too, so just keep that in mind. Okay, what's going on here? This guy's got a weird looking head, dude. Why'd I give him a weird looking head? Oh, gosh. Love your creativity, style, and videos. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Scruff Animations. Would you rather have Bullet Boy's powers or Cameraman's powers? Probably Bullet Boy's powers, honestly, because, like, his stuff is just so fun. Like, who doesn't want super speed? Like, who doesn't want to go somewhere fast and, like, nearly destructible? Come on. So cool. Actually, but I will say Cameraman also has pretty cool powers. But his powers are really given to him through the suit that he wears. So that's something that you'll have to get into when you actually read the story. But he's got some pretty cool powers too, and he'll go on to get more powers as the series goes on. But yeah, okay, so let's. Go right down the middle here. Xander, I made a comic about Bullet Boy with an Omnitrix and goes through time to save the multiverse. Please see this. Dude, that sounds crazy. Sounds like you made it? Like you actually made that comic? That sounds like a subscriber to this channel's favorite dream in the world. I mean, it sounds like insane. It sounds like Bullet Boy and Ben 10 in the same place. Come on, dude. Trying to make the world $1 million. Trying to make everyone a millionaire. Come on, Cartoon Network. The window is open. Actually, it is. Why did I say the window? The door's open. Jeez. The window is literally open, and so is the door, guys. Don't come in here while I'm drawing, please. What am I saying? This is why you don't draw. And, yeah, do stuff. Xander, what's your setup and software that you use? This is just Procreate. And right now I'm using an app that I had never used before. I was like, I want to stream today, and I downloaded it, and it does have like a subscription to it, but it lets me stream I'm using an older Mac. It lets me stream to the desktop, and it's a little bit laggy. Like, I think it's not bad quality, but it's definitely not the best. So anyway, just kind of struggling with that, but we're gonna get there. Okay, so we've got this part done. I think I'm going to actually do his body separately. I'm just going to do this for his body, and then I'm going to do like a little section here for his neck. Doot, doot. Yeah, that way you can kind of see where the... Cool. What about editing software? I use Adobe Premiere to edit my videos. I need to save up and get a new computer at some point. I just feel like my computer's getting a little old, I feel like. It's not Bullet Boy speeds, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oops. So now look at this. Look, that was an easy frame done. Some of them are easier than others. There's a lot of work that goes into some of them. But the other ones are pretty simple, which is good. So I'm gonna, boop, fill. That's not what I wanted to color it. I'm gonna separate it by making it a slightly different color just so you can see the difference. Fill. And so now, look at this. So his eyes are on a different layer. So that's gonna be the frame, right? So it goes like boop, 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 boop. I actually might go back and redraw his eyes in this one. They look so good in this one. Anyway, okay, so now we got this going. Oh, we forgot to get them the bags under his eyes. You can't really see them that well. Well, what are you gonna do? Okay. And so since the other frame is pretty similar, well, it would be smart if I just waited to color it. So I might just do that. But I do need to draw the other eyes. It's a whole thing. Let me do this. Nope. Just want to do a new layer in here. Cool. I'm gonna get some opacity here. And I am gonna actually do the old trickaroo here and do this. Okay, let me check the chat. Sorry, I've been can't wait to see the results. Thanks. Then my character Thrax can destroy cities with a punch. Is that powerful compared to your own universe? Yeah, I would say so. Do you plan on finishing the entire short in this stream? Probably not, but I'm gonna try and make some good progress. We'll see. Bet you won't say Bullet Boy. You got me. I did it. I did it. You got me, Toby. Is Bullet Boy one of those type of heroes who keeps their secret identity, or one that has internet clout? That's super funny. Maybe both, but he doesn't have his secret identity is like not public, right? Is this pre-recorded? No. Is this a Bullet Boy or Cameraman comic? This is a Bullet Boy comic. Do you have any tips for new artists? Just do a lot of drawing, man. I'll tell you what. Just do a lot of drawing. And I'll tell you why. I also am I'm not saying here. I'm not gonna throw you in this, but I can be a little bit lazy sometimes, and I may not want to draw. I might think like, why can't I just be good at drawing? Why can't I do the thing? And a lot of times, it's easy to not start a project because you think your drawings aren't gonna look as good as you want them to. That's a big problem for me, right? It's like, why would I start if I don't want to see how bad it's gonna be? Like, not even gonna lie, like starting this animation tonight, I'm like, is this gonna turn out the way I want it to? Is this gonna be okay? Is this gonna be good? But then you kind of like, you just keep drawing stuff. You just draw it until you like it, you know? But I think my biggest piece of advice is, and this is just completely based on my personal experience, but if you are not liking a drawing, like, and you're working a long time on it, move on to the, like, finish it as quickly as possible and move on to the next thing. Because I think that you can sit there and try and fix it. And this might be a hot take, actually. I don't know. You can sit there and try and fix it for as long as you actually want to sit there and fix it. But no, this is what I'm trying to say. Make sure you're happy with like the rough version of your drawing before you spend hours on it. Because by the end, you're just going to get to a point where you're like, yeah, why did I spend all this time on it? It doesn't look the way I wanted it to look. And then you wasted all the time. You didn't waste the time, but, you know, it just... For me, I'm like, oh, I didn't like that original sketch I did. I shouldn't have moved past this point without liking it. You know what I mean? I think I always thought, oh, I'm on a time crunch. I just want to finish this drawing. I'm just going to rough it out, even if I don't like it. You know, I should just keep, you know, you just want to wait till you like the rough version of your drawing before you do that. Look, his eyeballs are going to get really small when he realizes that there's someone there. Let's see, your animations are so good. Okay, what's your best advice on drawing digitally? I've never drawn digital before. There's so many different like ways you can do it now. Like, you know, you can do it through a tablet, or you can do it through an iPad. There's a lot of ways. You can even do it with a mouse. I don't recommend doing that, but you can do it with a mouse. There's a lot of free software out there. There's a lot of stuff. I see a lot of people drawing on their phones. I think some people in the Discord have done that. So let me know if you guys have any in the chat that you guys can share, apps in the chat that are good for phones. Then, you know, let people know. Let a homie know. Your animations are so good, man. You could animate professional. Thanks. Thank you. When you're drawing your heroes, do you have a reference near you? For Bullet Boy, I usually pull up like the last drawing I did of him. Otherwise, I have like that one that I posted on Instagram the other day. But like for this situation, no. Like for this guy I'm drawing, this is just purely off the top of my head, for better or worse. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring it over here. I'm jumping all over the place in conversation, guys. Thanks for understanding. A little all over the place. You do wonder what inspired the design of Bullet Boy's hero outfit? Like the new one? Or the old one? Does Bullet Boy have a homemade suit? Yeah. There was a time when I rebooted. I rebooted his comic, like what the heck? Oh, okay. A while ago, and like he totally had a homemade suit. It's like it looks dumb. I'll have to show it to you guys sometime when I'm doing like stream, or I can make a video about it. It's just I probably wouldn't have him have a homemade suit now, because it doesn't really make sense with the whole like discovering the ID processor, and I don't even know if I'm going to keep that thing. I don't know if the ID processor is a good idea. It's just, I don't know. It reeks of I was a kid making this comic and I wanted him to find out he got superpowers in a cool way. But yeah, so yo, Hack the Movies, Tony from Hack the Movies, if you will. I love Bullet Boy. I will cosplay as him. Thanks so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. You know, I gotta go heart errands now. I gotta go back all the way up there. Hold on. Gotta roll up and heart that super chat. Appreciate it. Where the heck is it, dude? All right, Aaron. I'm giving you a heart over chat. Thanks so much, Tony. I appreciate it, man. Oh, cosplay cameraman, dude. I would love to have a cameraman helmet. I mean, can you, like, come on, that'd be crazy. I want someone to, like, I eventually want to pay someone to do like a 3D model of it, and then get it 3D printed, and then like paint it and like put the electronics in it. I have no idea how to do that, but like I would love to do that. It's gonna be that'd be so cool. Maybe someday. Oh, I forgot the thing in his eyebrow. What am I gonna do now? Oh gosh. Also, thank you for the super chat, Aaron. I really appreciate it. Look, you got a heart on there and everything. I mean, Bullet Boy Josh could have a homemade costume cosplay of him wearing other heroes in the universe. Yeah, probably. I think that one of the funny things I want to get into at some point in these like little shorts or like in a comic is like why Josh decides to save the city. Like, there's really no precedent for it, like except for like the superheroes that are in that town already. So I think it's kind of funny to me that he like he's got really no reason like to do it. at least like at the point of his life where he's doing it. It just doesn't really make any sense. So I'm going to make sure really quick that this works by creating this as a separate layer, turning this one off, turning this one on. Yeah, look at that. So now he can kind of like shift between these two. And I think that I'm actually going to copy, paste, and move this down a little bit. Yo, y'all want Bullet Boy to have a girlfriend so bad? He does have one. I'll draw her soon. I'll draw what she kind of looked like soon. But I don't know. She needs a redesign, so I think I'm gonna have to rework with that. I want to buy a cameraman t-shirt and wear it when I'm filming stuff at university. It would be a killer combo. Yes, dude, that's such a good idea because, like, honestly, I'm making this, like, forget the skibbity toilet thing, guys. That makes me so mad. I'll go off on a different rant about that. Like, I've been working on this cameraman comic for, like, a long time, and then that series comes along, and everyone thinks I stole it from that, which is, like, very not true. Because, like, I have way better things. Like, sorry if you like the series. I did not steal it from that series. Anyway. The comic was made with people that like movies in mind, and people that like making movies in mind, people that like all the pop culture news surrounding Marvel movies and, you know, pop culture and just movies in general. Like, this comic is a superhero for them. So if, like, you're someone that wants to make a movie someday, hopefully this is a superhero that you really like. It's pretty fun. Mini rant over. Yeah, there we go. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these pupils separate so that I can move them later. So check this out, guys. Check this out. You're gonna be like, what, dude? This is so crazy. Look at this. So now he's like, what? You can, like, move it. Check it out. Boom. That's fun. Also, is it it didn't freeze, did it? I don't think so. I don't think the stream froze. Okay, it didn't. It's just a little slow, just a little behind. I wish I had money to donate. Hey, listen, this is out for free. Really appreciate it. You can support me in a million different ways just by watching the videos. But, you know, obviously the super chats are really appreciated. Obviously, if people are donating, and it's gonna be really awesome. But if you cannot do it, don't do it, man. It's you're just you being here is exactly is the best. It's awesome. Let's see. This art can make a meme. Yeah, absolutely. As a homemade superhero, he could have sunglasses and a blue hockey mask and a blue sweatshirt with a blue... Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty funny. Bullet Boy versus Accelerate? Yo! Bullet Boy versus Ben in general. Like, just Josh meeting Ben would be really funny, actually. I think it'd be pretty good. So I'm going to actually hide this now, because I don't think we need it. Oops. Yeah, so this is that one. I'm going to hide that, right? So now we have his reaction. This one needs to go here. So now we got to draw his reaction. Okay. Do I have any suggestions on how to structure a story? Yes, I do. I definitely do. I've been learning a lot about it myself. Like, it's a little bit easy to come up with stuff off the top of your head. Or easier, I should say. But when you actually go to do it for serious, and you try to, like, plan out a lot of different plot things and plot elements and characters and how all the arcs work, it's really hard. I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but I have a lot of thoughts on it. So I'd like to make a video at some point helping people figure that out, because I was, like, lost. There's so many videos, but I was just so lost doing it. Okay. I think that I'm going to take a quick break. Like, I'll be gone for like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. But just hang out. I'm going to draw like a little, wait, let's see. B, R, B, And I'll draw like a little bullet boy real quick, and he's gonna have like a little swoopy hair, his little visor. There you go. Look at that. He's happy. Cool. All right, give me just a sec. I will be right back. Oh, hang on a second. And join the Discord if you have not already. And boop, there you go. So hang out in there. I'll be right back. Guess who's back? Okay. All right. Back at it, guys. All right, the part you guys have all been waiting for. We're gonna draw Bullet Boy. Those of you who've asked me how to draw Bullet Boy, this is gonna be it. Okay. Hey, Xander, I've been watching since 2016. Are you serious? Do you remember what your first video was? Because, like, that's a while ago, man. So I'm gonna hang out in here. Let's see. Okay. Cool. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat real quick. I got distracted. Hi. Can you give me a shout out? You inspired me so much. Sure. Ghost to Pig. Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Justin Dowes. My first Xander video was the first live action Ben 10 skit he ever made. Oh my gosh. Like back when it came out. That is so long ago. And also, I'm so sorry that was your first video. That is super funny. I think I had someone tell me, like, I think they went back to that. It might have been you, but someone messaged me and was like, someone did anyway. And they were like, I watched this video as a kid. I was traumatized. I was like, oh my gosh. I knew it was going to be edgy at the time, but I think I was like, I think the video is still funny, but like in a very like 2012 kind of way. Let's see. Cool. All right. So he's gonna look very determined here. So we're gonna do like a rough version of Bullet Boy real quick. Bro, it took 1,000 years to turn into one alien. And yeah, a lot of people pointed out that, like, yeah, that's not really how he transforms. Like, it's supposed to take seconds in the show. But I just was like, the joke is too funny. Like, imagine it wasn't like that. Imagine it like actually took a long time and the whole transformation sequence had to go down. Same thing with like the Power Rangers. You know what I mean? It's like, what if? What if the guys are just standing there like waiting? Like, okay, like when are they done with this transformation? I was the one that asked you, would you ever animate the live action Ben 10 skits? And you're like, nah. Ah, you know, that's a pretty funny idea. I think that someone else has done that. Someone in my Discord did that. So anyway, back to drawing Bullet Boy. He's got his hair on the one side. I always like draw the lines on the one side. The visor goes in. You also probably don't notice I don't use a lot of guidelines, at least not yet. I should use more of those. It helps you come up with a more solid drawing, but I got Bullet Boy's face down pretty well. Bullet Boy, technically enhanced Bullet Boy, running at Mach speed. Look out, here comes Bullet Boy. Oh, I like that. I'm trying to imagine if it was like sung like Spectacular Spider-Man. Actually, I don't even think that would work. Anywho. Alright, so let's keep drawing Bullet Boy here. That's so hard. Like, do you think that Bullet Boy would beat Accelerate? I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people that say that Ben 10 Accelerate is the fastest, but like, imagine this is like his thing. Like, imagine this is like his speed thing. Like, I actually, you know what? That's actually kind of funnier if he doesn't beat him. There's like a reason, and I haven't really got into this yet, but since you guys are here, I'm talking about the lore stuff. So like, come on, let's go. Bullet Boy is not on the superhero team that Whipstar's on. Like, he doesn't get to be on the superhero team. Like, they're like, Bullet Boy kind of sucks. Like, we don't want to have him on the team. He kind of ruins everything. We don't like him. And so it's so sad. Like, for Bullet Boy, he's just like, come on, man. He's doing his best, but he often kind of messes things up, and he does it his own way, for sure. I don't know. Some people would say he does a pretty good job, but he's definitely, like, not... They don't like him. They do not like him at all. Also because he's like a kid, and they would consider themselves really cool, not kids. Have you seen Invincible Season 2? If so, thoughts? I have not seen it yet. Oh, see you later, Aaron. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I appreciate the super chats. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you later in the chats. Okay, so we got a pretty good Bullet Boy going on here right now. Look at this. This part's always kind of fun to figure out. So he's going to stand here all heroically. I think we might even... When I do this drawing, and before I go to the lines, I'm going to actually zoom up on him a little bit. Because I think that we're going to end up needing a lot less. Pun intended. I think the Bullet Boy shorts are spectacular. Thanks. Is the pun the spectacular part, or is the pun the short part because it's fast? Or I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking that. I'm not even looking at the art he's making. I'm just looking at the bottom animation. I'm in the bottom. That's funny. My favorite drawings from them are the one where he drinks boba and the one where he gets his Fortnite cut out. Yeah, I think at the beginning of every one of those videos, I tried thinking of like the funniest thing to catch him doing, like when something's about to happen. Okay, cool. Look at this. Look at this. We did it. Not quite, actually. We forgot a couple parts. Let's do this part. A little belt piece. This part's always a little interesting. I might actually have to go back and look at some reference for this. Let's do... Oops, this is supposed to be outturned. Do that. Look at Josh looking all heroic. He really thinks he's about to save the day, doesn't he? Maybe he is. Who knows? Okay. Bullet Boy is on the trampoline when a Voyager throws a fart bomb at him. We're not on YouTube Kids, man. That's a very YouTube Kids moment. Okay, that's like a pretty decent. That's like a pretty decent drawing of Bullet Boy right there. I think that we've got the rough version down for sure. Excuse me. And then we're gonna draw the eye of the guy over here. He's gonna be like, what the heck? Bullet Boy's leaning a little bit, isn't he? I'm sitting at a weird angle when I'm drawing right now, so it's like a little hard to see what's going on. But I just looked up at the screen, saw he was a little bit slanted, so we're gonna fix that. Will Bullet Boy get a sidekick? Probably not. I don't think that he would get a sidekick. If anything, he would be the sidekick, just because he's, you know, also pretty young. I'm probably going to wrap up the stream here in the next, I'd say probably 20-30 minutes or so. Just so I could enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Maybe I'll do some more work on this tonight. But the fun doesn't have to stop. Go hang out in the Discord. I know it's my big plug right now, but I think it's really fun to hang out with you guys in there. So let's... What the heck, man? Why does he look like this? He doesn't look that scared. I need him to look more scared. looks pretty scared there. What time is it? 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Not that late. I was up late playing Spider-Man last night, though. Yeah, it's just a robber. Just your run-of-the-mill robber. I don't know if I'm loving this drawing, guys, but this is just what it's going to have to be right now. Sometimes you just got to work with it. You just got to roll with it. Actually, should I have his body outturned? Let's try that. Yeah, let's do this. I think I like this a lot better. It's a little bit more dynamic. Okay, so we're gonna have the bag right here. Doot 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 doot. Cool. Yeah, look at that. I think that we've got this going pretty good now. All right, so we're gonna have that, and then I think we're gonna have Josh kind of hanging out in the back over here. We'll maybe bring him in a little bit just so he's close. Yeah, cool. And I think that I'm gonna do a video. I think I already mentioned this like earlier in the stream, but I'm gonna make a video where I show the process of making one of these videos, like even editing the video together and maybe even doing the voice acting, because the voice acting is pretty fun to do. I do a lot of different takes, and it's pretty fun to experiment with the lines. Like I had a really funny recording session doing the "and what a ripoff" in the last video. Just because I'm like, it's just not the kind of read that you would maybe hear in a show. It's just like very like realistic, I feel like. So I thought that was pretty funny. My goal is going to be to have him kind of act in ways that you don't see a lot of superheroes act, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It might. I don't want it to be too Deadpool. Like, he's not supposed to be Deadpool. He's like supposed to be very wholesome. But I think that it's funny to make them a little bit more off the cuff. Because, like, I think the whole thing with Josh or with Bullet Boy is that he's just, like, he's not really, like, a super... Like, he doesn't have, like, a traditional origin story. He's just kind of doing his thing. He's like, oh, I got superpowers. I got not a care in the world. Let's just do this. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of... You can play into that, and then you can start examining it later on. I think it's a funny idea. Okay. I think that's good. Now I gotta do the actual lines. So I'm gonna do... Let's check my phone really quick. Oh, so we got a bunch of new people in the server. I'm just checking out the server real quick, guys. Okay. Okay. Fun stuff going on in there. Very cool, very cool. Very fun. Cool. All right. All right. Let's do this. Let's keep drawing here. Yeah, post your heroes in the fan art area. That's what it's, or not the fan art area. Sorry, post your heroes in the share your work artwork area. Yeah, like a winter design would definitely be like all white. I feel like it'd be kind of cool. There was this really cool Arctic Batman from the Batman TV show. The Batman. The Batman. And that would be like a cool kind of inspiration for it. Am I liking the sketch better now? Kinda. I think I like the sketch better right now. Hang on a second, this isn't good. I think I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna take this, copy and paste, just to save some time here. And we're gonna clean this up. I think we're just gonna use that. I think this is the better version of it. I'll remove this. All right. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna probably end this pretty soon. But thanks for hanging out with me. I could probably do some more bullet boy drawing here before I actually tap out. But just want to give you guys the heads up. This might be what's going on. Any updates for Ben one last time? Listen, so I talked about it quite a few times on my social media and stuff. And people just, you know, I don't blame everyone for not having seen it. It's totally cool. So basically, I've got a lot of projects I'm working on. Ones that I can legally make. Because I think that Ben one last time, the way that it was going to go, making future episodes, was going to be very expensive. And it was going to cost a lot of time and a lot of money. So I think I was just like, I think for now, until I find a better plan, you know, I think that I need to take a break from it. I need to not do it. And right now, I think that my career has shifted in such a way that I can't really focus on fan projects, because I'm trying to do a lot. And so I don't think that, I think it's in my best interest to work on not non-fan projects, like original stuff. So that doesn't mean I want to cancel it or it's the worst thing ever. It means that I literally just don't have time to work on it right now. I'm working on another full-time comic. I'm working on more YouTube videos for you guys. I have a full-time job, so it's just there's a lot of stuff to balance there. So it's tough, guys. This is not a fun thing I wanted to make a decision about, but I kind of was like, it's either I make no videos, which is not what I want to do, or I just focus on other stuff right now. And I think that's what I just needed to do. So I appreciate you guys getting that. I take it really seriously, all this stuff. I don't want to just be a Ben 10 guy, though. If that makes any sense. And I think the only way I can really avoid that, just being a Ben 10 guy, is by showing you guys, hey, I got other stuff going on. I like working on other characters. And a lot of people have said, Xander, do you hate Ben 10 now? I'm like, dude, why would I hate Ben 10? I love Ben 10. It's great. I wish they'd make some more Ben 10. That'd be pretty cool. See, Cartoon Network needs to make more Ben 10. I don't think it's... The fans have to make more Ben 10 because there's not a lot of Ben 10. Does that make any sense? So I think that if we had some Ben 10 going on, I think people would be a little bit less starved for Ben 10 content. And that's Cartoon Network's job, you know? They got to do that. I think they got to do it. Because I was paying some people, some voice actors. I was paying some storyboard artists to help work on episode 3, and it was coming along really well. But I was like a month or two into it, and I was like, this is gonna kill me. I can't do this. This is insane. And I think, because episode 2 is really hard for me to do by myself. To be honest, and I wasn't, I'm not the best animator in the world, so maybe there's ways to make that easier. But I think if I ever was to do it again, I might do it like in the form of a comic or something. That just sounds more doable. But I just don't know if it's possible right now. I'm not focused on that right now. Just not in the cards. Thanks for understanding that, guys. Serious business. Okay. But you see, look, Bullet Boy's coming along here pretty well. Thanks for the support in the chat there, guys. No, his arms are not right. After Cameraman, would you remake your first ever Bullet Boy comic? Yeah, definitely. I would definitely do that. And I also want to start working on Cameraman issue number 2. There's like a story arc there that I've been setting up, so I really want to work on that. This sounds like I'm tired. I'm exhausted. No, sorry. I get really focused and really gravelly when I am working on artwork. Love you, bro, and not in a weird way. Appreciate it. Okay, cool. The guy in the foreground is just a random robber. I feel like a superhero's got to have a few random run-ins with bad guys just to get him ready for all the arch nemesis that he's about to face, he or she. He's got to feel like he's a big deal that can shut down a lot of crime before he faces the reality that, dude, you do not know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to finish drawing that leg. I don't feel like it. You're the older Josh Xander. I sure am. That's probably the truest thing that's ever been said in the stream. Okay. Look at that. And we got a Bullet Boy. Look at him. Look at him, guys. He is just full of energy and ready to save the day. And before we tap out of this whole thing. Ah, crud. I need to, like, fix his face. And actually, here's a little trick for you guys. In order to see if your art, see if your art's a little leaning, you can flip it and just kind of see what we're working with. because it lets you kind of see it in a different way that you hadn't seen it before. And I'm really keen on, for these shorts, putting like a little shadow under his chin here, so some good definition. All right. Okay. Good. If it screams not so fast, that's because it's exactly what it's supposed to be giving off. He really thinks he's about to stop this guy. No problem. That is perfect. Would I start a subreddit? Maybe. But the Discord's kind of where I got right now. There's threads in there. Like, people can start threads in the Discord. You can gaze into the future. Okay. All right. And so now, I think this is probably good enough for this. I might actually tweak this when I can see my iPad correctly. Like, I've been kind of drawing at a weird angle this whole time. So it looks like my drawing's a little bit warped in some weird ways. But we'll fix that. There we go. I think that's probably fine. Okay. So now I'm going to take this, and we're going to select invert. Then we're going to put the villain, or like the robber guy, in the front. And we're going to select that and that. And we're going to invert. We're going to darken. Fill. So look at that. Now he's behind him. Cool. All right. So now we've got this guy trying to say, hey, put that stuff in the bag. Put it back in the bag. Let's do that. I think I like this better. Put the money in the bag, bro. And then he's like, looks behind him. Bullet Boy's right there. And he's gonna be shooting. Okay, cool. This should be fun. This should be a fun one to see how it turns out. We'll see if I end up doing those initial ones at the beginning. Let me show you what I'm talking about. These ones right here. I might end up doing... Oops. I might end up doing these beginning frames here. I just think that seeing Bullet Boy at the beginning would be really good. But yeah, that's the kind of the whole thing, right? So this was a fun little stream. I think that it was hopefully a good time watching this. If I do say so myself. Let's do this. Hopefully I taught you a little bit about the process that I use here. And there we go. I think that works better. I might have to finish or redraw his face a little bit here. Cool. I'm gonna probably fix this face here. But yeah, this is like a little bit of like a work in progress kind of deal. Hopefully, if you guys liked doing this, if you guys liked me live streaming, you know, leave a like on the video and go watch some more Bullet Boy videos because it really helps out the channel and gets it out there to more people. And then when the third one comes out, just watch the crap out of it, man. That's all I gotta say. Because then I'll do more, like I'll do like full video ones. Like I like to do like a 3-minute video, like a 3-minute episode. But that takes a lot of, you know, like again, like this animation stuff takes a lot of time. And I want to make more videos, man. It's all good stuff. So, cool. Spatula, yes, there is a link to my Discord in the description of this video. So go check it out there. Cool. I think we got there, guys. I think this is a really fun little video. I think this will end up being good. So thanks so much for watching. Really thankful for you guys coming in and chilling and being cool and hanging out. Thanks for the super chats from Aaron at Flash Streak Entertainment and Flash Streak Productions, and Tony from Hack the Movies. Really appreciate that. Thank you. You. Robbie's Music, thank you. Hulkster, thank you so much. Rusty Metal, what's up? Basti Gaming Boy, thank you for hanging out. Spatula, thanks for hanging out. All you guys that are in here, I'll be seeing you guys very soon. This has been a lot of fun. All right, go check out the other stuff. Hang out in the Discord. Do whatever you want. Take care, guys. Have a good start to your week. I really appreciate it. All right, take it easy.